Hi there and welcome to Apple World. It looks like Steve Harvey again canceled the podcast. Shannon Sharpe has been a hotly chapter issue in 2024, causing disturbances not simply in the games world, yet in the big-name world too. Since his viral meeting with Katt Williams, he has been the discussion of the town with regards to web recordings and interviews. He's had lots of large-name big names come on his show and offer a few incredible stories anyway. The meeting with Katt Williams has had its ups and downs. As of late, Shannon examined some of those battles in a meeting with Cam Newton. He accentuated how things have changed since that viral meeting in both positive and negative ways. Katt Williams had cautioned him that individuals would come after him on the grounds that the interview uncovered some industry-privileged insights also. Presently, Shannon is encountering that firsthand. Certain individuals are in any event rejecting to plunk down with Shannon for interviews they consent to come on the show, however, at that point back out without a second to spare. However, Kim, I didn't realize it was going to cause this sort of wave. I didn't think it was going to move me toward the path. I'm happy it did. I comprehend what goes along with that Elliot, if you assuming you recall, he said this will put you in another aspect. He certainly did. He said, now they will come for you. I said, can't come for me for what I said, nothing, right? He said they're going to come and they will say a great deal of various things and they what? It'll be certain individuals that you figured you may have the option to get that they're not going to come currently, right? And that is totally has happened. That is totally has occurred. They were so invigorated gratitude for connecting. We can hardly hold on to plunk down what's more. After a day they can't make it happen and then at that point, no call, they will not. So for the tune, it appears to be that Shannon is going through a few difficult stretches the present moment, yet the present video centers around all the show between Shannon Sharpe and Steve Harvey. We'll get into everything, so make a point to remain tuned in light of the fact that the show simply keeps on coming. This will be the TSC of 24. No chance I'm similar to you, suspect. As much as he's like he and he's seeing me very much like I'm taking a gander at you, Cam. He's like Shannon. This will be viral, so priorities straight. How did everything begin between Steve Harvey and Shannon Sharpe? Shockingly, the two really sat down together for a meeting on Club Shay before the Katt Williams interview. This was Shannon Sharpe's most watched interview, acquiring around 8 million perspectives. The meeting covered a part of ground, yet the central matter focuses. We'll zero in on our Steve Harvey's tale about being destitute and his reflections on the rulers of parody. Harvey pondered the lords of parody. Visit sharing in the background stories. Furthermore, talking about the elements between the jokesters, he made sense of how the visit supported their vocations and left a critical imprint on the parody business. This piece of the meeting gave important experiences into the universe of satire and the fellowship among the rulers of satire, exhibiting the effect, what's more, heritage. Exactly where the show starts, all of the data you are hearing appears to be completely fine and typical. However, this was before the Katt Williams interview, as we referenced before. We should simply say Katt Williams had something to say about Steve Harvey, which, as a matter of fact, raised everything obviously all through the whole meeting. Katt Williams wasn't terrified of calling anybody out, and Steve Harvey was one of those folks. Katt called attention to how Shannon Sharpe had a lot of individuals on his digital broadcast who were only directly up lying to his face, and Steve Harvey was one of them. Katt zeroed in on two primary concerns that Steve referenced in his meeting with Shannon: his anecdote about being destitute. What's more, his appearance on the Lords of Parody whistled him out on these stories, scrutinizing their realness. We'll allow you to watch what he needed to say about Steve Harvey. Yet obviously, Katt's allegations stoked the fire and heightened the strain between Shannon Sharpe and Steve Harvey. Steve that went to go watch Imprint Curry do his entire sitcom and afterward took all that imprint Curry had. Now Steve got a sitcom where he the head and he wear a suit and afterward he gets this high top blur making all people of color think he got the best arrangement in the business, and it's a man unit. Then you inquire as to why you not a celebrity. I didn't need to be a celebrity. That is something similar Negro that despised on Bernie with the same thing. I would have rather not been at celebrity. No, you are unable to be a celebrity. There are 30,000 new scripts in Hollywood consistently. Not one of them request a yokel dark fella that can't talk great over and seem to be Mr. Potato Head. There ain't none. You would need to have range. I played a great deal of characters in 60 film jobs. I'm not playing Katt Williams in there. This resembles Steve Harvey telling individuals he used to be destitute. That is my story. That is not his story. Steve Harvey was never destitute when Mark Curry was visiting with him 25 years ago. He was making $3,000 a show in real money. What's more, completing 5 shows every week. They just recount to the accounts this my gratitude to my spouse. I'm where you express that about the principal spouse. You fail to remember that you told us it was her. Then you proceeded to wed another person who took on a similar mindset as a man. No doubt this is where everything truly began to warm up among Shannon and Steve and express the things he said on his web recording, putting it out there for people in general. As a result, tales have it that Steve Katt Williams there are interviews from quite a while back where Steve discusses Katt, so we'll allow you to watch those for yourself. Be straightforward with you. Frankie, I didn't. I had hardly any familiarity with this idea when the advertiser filled me in about it in October. I destroyed it because that wasn't the way I've at any point advanced a show. You realize I've forever been on visit with for certain genuine beasts, man. I tea with the rulers. You realize I've been in front of an audience with said DL and Bernie Man. Simultaneously. It's forever been a brotherhood, you know what I mean. We going over here to give individuals the best show we can give them. And that is the way we've generally advanced parody shows. Now you know to transform this into a little hamburger of some sort that ain't got nothing to do with me, that ain't the manner by which I do presently. You realize I done heard all of the YouTubes and I done had or all the meetings and all like that. However, that ain't got nothing to do with me. So this here a little meat thing that everyone need to begin, cuz you need to truly establish yourself. That is cool. You won't do it here, however you won't fabricate no standing on Steve Harvey, so there you have it, a glance at some of the show unfolding in the superstar world right now. The hamburger between Shannon Sharpe and Steve Harvey all began as a result of Katt Williams' hazardous interview one. Club Shay. Katt's made open comments about Steve Harvey addressing the legitimacy of his tales about vagrancy, and the rulers of satire set off a chain reaction. This strain not only put Shannon Sharpe in a troublesome position, yet in addition prompted bits of gossip about Steve Harvey and different superstars endeavoring to blacklist Club Shay's contention, which features how one meeting can have sweeping impacts, working up old quarrels and making new fractures in the superstar scene. However, what do you contemplate? What is going on? Do you trust Katt Williams, or are you on Steve Harvey's side? Will Club Shay's All Things Considered turn out to be dropped, or will Shannon Sharpe figure out how to escape? Subscribe Apple World for more videos.